So I'm just going to run you through some six video game fashions from the very standard, functional inform to kind of some of the more crazy stuff, or even things, to pose some different questions. So
Mhm.
first up, the classic, the adventuring hero, Nathan Drake. So what is it about this look that like really works with him, his body type, his job? Um, would love to hear.
Yeah, yeah. So I will say what works for him is it's very timeless. None of this is trying to be like super on trend. It's very much key staples that work really well together with some accessories that add a little bit of intrigue. And for me, Nathan is very much a like rectangular body shape, which tends to get like a wide range of stuff will look good on him, but
Mm-hmm.
he understands how to elongate his torso by having a pair of pants that hits lower on his waist. It makes him feel very tall and makes him feel very like structured. And that alongside with the holster really like accentuates the shoulders, again, gives that adventurous era and really makes him seem strong and sturdy. So for me, I like it. It works. It's timeless.
Well, and also to carry on what Amy was saying about his rectangular shape, having something that is softer as kind of like the materials of the shirt helps kind of soften him up a little bit,
Mhm.
because if you added a structured outfit on top of his already very like heavily structured body, it would make him look overly structured, right? So this kind of softens him up, which allows him to feel a little bit more relaxed and a little bit looser. The thing that I want to call out as both a good and a bad is his pants, right? So those pants are super functional, right? Because this is a man who is launching his body at various walls and slopes, and he's slip sliding all over the place against some very rough, rocky edges. And so, having like the full pant there is going to help protect and be very functional. Going to protect his knees from various scrapes, bruises, things like that. However, I will counter and say they might be a little bit too tight. I don't know if he's going to get the full flexibility and range that he might need in order to mount some of the obstacles that he's expected to mount. So, the material there might be a little iffy. The fit might be a little tight there. You might need a little stretchy fabric in there, but otherwise, very functional pants.
Hmm. Um, I don't know this guy, but I think like I can see what he's communicating with his style choices, and it's giving, like Han Solo or like Indiana Jones,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels like he's ready to
Totally.
do something. Like I guess he jumps. He's ready to do stuff, right? And he's bunching. He has like, he probably carries something on him, like a machete or a gun. I don't know. But it feels very like functional adventure, but also like the style is giving like I'm this cool guy and I know everything, but also you can trust me. That's what it's telling me with all of this.
This
Yeah.
this is a man who would benefit from some taser cuffs for sure.
A
Okay. Yeah,
hundred
I agree.
percent.
You can
A
use more.
hundred percent.
All right.
Replace the wristwatch with the taser cuff.
Yeah.
Moving on
Oh,
to
I
number
know
two,
him.
Well, hello, sir.
a little bit more, I would say, fancier, tactical with a bit more polish. Leon S. Kennedy.
Yeah.
What are the thoughts here?
Okay, real quick, as someone, Amy, I know you have a lot of thoughts. Just as someone who knows jackets and knows jackets real well, I have worn my fair share of heavy woolen, fur-lined jackets. Look great, but if you're thinking of doing any sort of action, movement, aiming, things like that, your movement is constricted. My focus on movement here. Your movement is constricted, and you are going to be sweating like a racehorse, my friend. You are going to be pouring sweat, especially if that's leather or faux leather over the top. Like, oh, that thing is not breathing within an inch of its life. He is going to be dying of heat. You're losing that thing before you leave level 1 at that point. So I like the fit, but the function is not it.
No, no, yeah. I will say like he is definitely dressed for a mood and not for like the actuality of what he needs to do, which honestly is Leon to a T in many things. Like he wants so badly to be the hot topic boy in a boy band that like that is how he dresses, but this is not going to work when you're just running around all day trying to survive. That being said, like it's a great jacket if you're trying to avoid being bitten, It will
Right.
definitely stand up to like a zombie or a monster bite.
That's true.
And I like the tactical gear. Like I think it adds a nice little like piece de resistance on top of it. But he is dying of heat stroke before anything else happens. Yes.
No, this is
Um,
definitely a man who needs taser cuffs, though.
yeah. Well, okay. Well, do zombies die with tasers? I don't know. But also,
And knife nails, maybe.
I was gonna
knife
say
nail.
this is more knife nail. I think. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
knife nail.
Yeah. Okay. I can relate to him a lot because I too have been extremely uncomfortable to look good. And so I'm like, I get it. I mean, his hair, it's probably in his face all the time, but he doesn't care. He's like, he wants to look good. And so I can relate. I agree. It's not functional, not ideal. I do not understand his belt. Like, it doesn't make sense with the whole vibe. Why is it like that? I don't know. It feels cheap compared to the rest of the outfit. That's the only comment I have on that.
Again, it's very Hot Topic styles, like
Okay.
that kind of like seatbelt belt, very
Yeah.
popular in that space.
Well,
I
he's
will
rocking
say,
the double belt, right? He's got you can see that he's got the leather
oh
belt and he's
yeah,
got the
oh,
yeah,
that
and
must
he's
be part of his holster. I think it
Yeah.
might be the
It's the
part
holster.
holding up the waist of the holster. I will say, like, I think he would benefit from having in like his like zombie prep kit a headband, like
Yeah.
to get that hair out of his face.
Oh, that hair's got to get out of his eyes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a nice,
But I do, yeah.
gel.
I think he's going for style more than function, this guy. I
He
think
knows
so.
his purpose in this game. Yes.
Mhm,
All
mhm.
right. And so the next character classically wears all black, but I wanted to take one of her casual outfits.
Oh my
Bayonetta
God.
in her casual attire, only seen
Wow.
during cutscenes before she goes full crazy.
This-
But I thought that this would be an interesting one to take a look at because we don't get to see Bayonetta in this much.
This broke my brain a little bit.
Mhm.
I'm so not used to seeing her in this look. I will say, like, this is I went to the Bayonetta equivalent of J. Crew, and that's what I dressed as the day.
Right.
Except for the unsensible heels. That's not very J. Crew of her, but it's cute. It is very much something that's ready to be ripped apart when the hair comes in.
Well, I was gonna say it's nice to see her wearing something that isn't her own hair for a change. So, kudos to that for sure. I think the outfit on the whole is a nicely composed outfit. But Amy taught me a lot about color theory and how the light pastel pink of that sweater is not working with her very pale complexion, right? If you're dealing with a pale complexion like she is, you need something that's very highly saturated in terms of the color palette in order to help pop and to kind of highlight the contrast between the skin tone and the outfit that you're wearing. That's why actually her pale skin and her hair work really well together. But that pink top just ain't it. She would have done better with something that was a little bit more jewel toned or something a bit more saturated.
Mm. I'm gonna have to be the bad one here. This outfit is atrocious. Like, I cannot. This is, you know what this is telling me, and I'm not sure, but like the developer who put this together is a man and has no. He's like, oh yeah, girls like pink.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like extremely tight everything. You can see her body. Like, none of this is good on her. I don't think looks like what a man thinks a woman would wear.
I definitely agree with that. I also will say, like, it doesn't feel like an outfit she plans to, like, it feels like a costume for her. Because if you look at her accessories, like the hair ribbons, even the shoes and the earrings, this is not an outfit she plans to wear for a long time because she's dressed for something completely different around it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know where she's going with this. Like the store? I don't think so.
The baguette says a store in France, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, she would not survive France in this.
No, I want to give her some props for trying to. It's the outfit of someone trying to blend in.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's used to wearing black all the time, guys. Like, let's cut her some slack. She's experimenting with different colors, and I think that needs to be celebrated. And she's finding her own style.
She just needs to watch our color episodes. Like,
She
it
does.
will really teach her a little bit.
It's true.
Okay, so that was kind of the last of, I would say, the normal ones. Things are just going to get a little bit, well, they're going to get strange and then back to normal and then very strange. Next up,
Okay.
the king of asymmetrical design. We've got Tidus from Final Fantasy X. Let him have it. Let him have it, guys.
Oh my god.
I appreciate this more than the last one. I think this has more thought behind. Like someone spent a lot of time designing this more than the last one. So I can.
They also spent a lot of time putting it on. Like if this is your outfit, it's also taking you forever to put on. Like what goes first? The shoulder pad or the elbow net or the gauntlet or the awkwardly high
apron.
the awkward vest apron.
His pants, or is it just a?
But he's also wearing like the Under Armour shorts with another pair of shorts on top of them that unzip, but only unzipped on one side. So, like, is that his hot leg? Like, what is happening there? I don't quite know. I feel like this. Yes.
So, no, I was just going to say, as someone who wears one sock around because one foot gets too hot and one foot gets too cold, I can appreciate a guy who has longer shorts on one side and shorter shorts on the other. I'm just saying, like, I get it. Maybe he's just got a very hot leg.
I feel like he wants to express himself, but he can't decide what the best way of doing that is. And he does have some kind of like internal body system issue because he has a lot of places for ventilation. Like the option of wearing this like almost top of an overall thing on top, but having the sides open and like leaving space for like, I want to show off my under rib is a very specific choice,
Everyone's got a favorite body part, and that under rib is really, underappreciated body part, clearly.
Underappreciated under ribs.
And hey, when you're wearing leather aprons and leather shorts, sometimes you just got to find breathability when you can,
I was gonna ask, is this leather or rubber? Because I was saying maybe he needs all this ventilation. Because it's giving like rubberish. I don't know, but
a little latex.
It needs, latex. It needs ventilation for sure. I appreciate that.
If we take some additional context, he is like an underwater sport athlete, so it might be kind of serving. I mean, it's too baggy to be like a water suit.
Is it a scuba material?
It could be. I mean, those blitzball players, anything's possible.
I was gonna if you're choosing leather to go swimming in, that is your number one issue to talk about right now because that is a poor choice.
Okay, so we've got Bayonetta needs to see the color theory videos, and Tidus needs professional help.
Just editing will help a lot.
Again, Coco Chanel, take off at least 2 things before you leave the house would help him so much. I don't know what those 2 things are to make this an okay outfit, but 2 things would still be better than
Okay, so if we were to give one positive comment about this, I will say it's a well-constructed outfit for highlighting his chest, which obviously is a feature that he is very proud of and it wants to draw emphasis on. So he's done a good job of that. The outfit does shorten him though slightly because he's divided into so many different horizontal lines between the shoes, the socks, the various levels of the short. So it actually makes him much shorter for someone who fashions himself as like a protagonist, who wants to be the hero of his own story.
He does give like short king energy in this because he has like, again, you hit the under rib, you hit the actual waist, you hit the not quite hips, then you have your legs and all that. Like he's very divided on who he is as a person, but he embraces the idea of like short king energy.
Yeah, so he needs a proportion video for sure. He needs to understand proportions.
Wonderful.
Is he like 14?
Is he? He could be 14 or like 32.
Guys, he's of legal age. He's of age. Okay? They're all of age.
Well, he's 17, but technically in this photo he's dead. Sorry to spoil Final Fantasy X. So he's ageless.
Okay. And that brings up a very interesting like concept of if you die and you only get to wear the outfit you die in, you should really pick a good outfit every single day, and this was not it.
That is so much pressure.
Also, I appreciate the attention to the lore. The lore there really makes a difference there. Thank you. Technically, guys, he's dead. So,
For the penultimate one, you know, we've looked at a lot of strapping lads with the chiseled, muscular everything. I wanted to take a look at Bob from Tekken, who is a
Oh,
larger man, but is definitely rocking his different fashions, and wanted to
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
get some idea.
I mean,
I
it
get
is giving Ed Hardy, but
Mhm,
like that's okay.
mhm.
I
get
like
it.
the
Yeah.
left a
Sorry.
lot more than the right.
Like the left more than the right. The right does kind of have
Well,
a weird sheen on the pants, like crocodile leather.
I mean, it's very, yes, the right is very shiny, but it's also like I feel like he knows how to dress for his body in the left one. He knows what, like, where the pants should hit. He knows to untuck a side to give him a little bit more length and a little bit more variety. And it also showcases his personality with the overshirt and also gives that like a very cool, easy breezy kind of style.
Mhm.
Whereas the other side feels like it's hitting him in the wrong places and highlighting like, you know, not highlighting his best features the way that the other side did.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, I agree. It looks like very blocky, like a Lego man almost.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also, I don't know what he does for a living, but on the one on the right, he looks more like a plumber, Mario Brothers like situation. So I appreciate. Yeah, I agree with you. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
No, I think that's entirely right. I think and I think Amy, you're totally right. On the left, he knows how to dress himself. On the right, he doesn't. On the left, he's really emphasizing his best features and de-emphasizing the stuff that he might be concerned about, right? So the bright colors, the deep saturation actually works really well with his lighter skin tone and his lighter hair tone, right? So it's basically he's doing the Bayonetta right. You know, he watched the color theory video and took some notes and is using it to the fullest, right? And then also having a blazer that's kind of loosely fitting around his kind of midsection that kind of de-emphasizes it and doesn't draw attention to it, right? And he's chosen pants that are nicely fitted and are kind of making his legs look as long as possible. And like Amy said, also kind of like emphasizing length there, which is really, really nice. Whereas the right side, the suspenders are kind of constraining him in, right? And kind of showing off the tightness of everything, which in this case is and the shininess too is not something that he really kind of would probably want to draw attention to.
So
Yeah,
if
it
there
also
was-
looks like that's entirely made of lycra on that
Yeah,
side.
the materials on that one look just miserable.
Yeah.
So if there was just like one or two changes that could be made to the look on the right to like maybe help course correct, would you have any suggestions?
I mean, definitely put on another like Ed Hardy Hawaiian shirt on top situation for sure. Like that helps him a lot. I would add that.
Yeah, I mean, like even if you want to keep the red overshirt, because I like the color in general. Again, like the overshirt in the other one, I think it brings out good colors in his features. I think you pair it with a darker pant that maybe draws in the colors of the gloves, and then maybe a jacket over top or a blazer and lose the suspenders, because again the suspenders aren't helping him here. They're really feeling very constraining, and I think if that is supposed to be the star of this look, which it feels like it is that shirt, then adding in an overlayer that you can take on and off and a darker pant will just draw the attention upwards to like his best features, like his face and his hair.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. You got to lose the suspenders. That's priority one. And then two, you don't really want to be mixing the blues and the blacks if you can help it, especially that kind of like shiny sheen blue with kind of the matte black of the gloves and the shoes. And so even switching that out with like either a darker blue or just a black pant, I think will go a long way to kind of making the outfit adhere together a lot better.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And for the final one, I did some looking around to find what the internet was saying was the worst dressed video game character. And ironically, we're going back into the Final Fantasy well.
I was gonna say it's got to be Final Fantasy. We
be.
already did Tidus, right?
Nuge from Final Fantasy X-2.
10-2.
What can we do to fix this? To fix this look?
I mean, bodysuits are really in right now. Like in general, like you can't a good body. You're starting with a good base here with the bodysuit. I think that let's just say that.
Yeah,
I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it.
I've been distracted trying to figure out what the heck is happening with his hair.
Right. Yeah.
prayers to God and a lot of gel.
Oh my goodness. I like the ideas that are going on here. Like I think there's a lot of cool ideas. Whereas like if the bodysuit itself didn't have that one leg and it was that whole bodysuit, one, you are saying today I do not have to go to the bathroom right now, because the idea of taking all of those straps off and then having to unzip a one piece, like props to your ability to not have to pee.
I was gonna say, yeah,
But
your bladder.
yeah, but like the bodysuit itself is not horrible if it's what you're pairing it with. And again, cutting it up with that leg piece is a little odd. I also don't know if this shade of purple and this shade of red are working well together, but like I feel like you can mix and match pieces here to make a good outfit, or like several. It just all together, it's saying like, I wanted you to look at me today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More often than not, a bad outfit is just the product of needing to be edited. You know, like you've done too much with it, right? Even if you look at the last example that we did, where the suspenders plus the gloves plus there's like 4 or 5 different colors there. It's too much, right? And I think here editing is also the problem, right? Where he's doing a lot of things, and some of them are working, but some of them are not, right? So I think a full red bodysuit with the vertical lines there, I think that's kind of cool. And I think it emphasizes his lines and makes him look incredibly tall. I think that's awesome. I think mixing it with kind of the fur on the shoulder, I think that's a really interesting textural difference, and it contrasts really nicely with that deep saturated red. So again, that's interesting. And I think those two things together, if you just kind of built the outfit around that, would be totally fine. Where it starts to go wrong, though, is when you're also mixing in purple and blue, and it's metal, and there's like a different shoulder feature right here. You got to look at where you want the emphasis to be drawn, and where do you want people looking, right? And here it seems like here's a really cool base bodysuit with a really interesting visual accent that mixes with the textures in a fun, playful way. All of a sudden, though, when you add in all this other stuff, you lose that focus, and it just looks messy between straps and colors and textures. So picking out, one base color and one accent piece is going to help a lot with this one.
Yeah, I will say that like he does have an artificial limb here, and I love the idea of being able to customize kind of what you're doing there to match the outfit that you're doing. I just think that again, if that's the one that he wanted to use today, trying to figure out how to best like accessorize himself to match that, if that was meant to be his statement piece, and then probably dial down the red and bring the purple to the forefront so that was your statement, could also work as like the other way of taking what's working here and making it a better outfit.
Okay, I'm gonna be the odd one here, because I would add like knife nail, something longer, because he's serving a look. I didn't know that was fur, but I thought that was his hair. But I'm okay with that. The only thing I don't
right, who knows?
The only thing I don't like is the shape of the boots. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense here. I would go for like heels, but I think he's serving. Like I'm okay with everything. All the belts, like he is not going for comfort here. He's going to just like serve, and he's doing it just right. I think I like it. But that's all.
He is doing the mewing. He has that like that line that just says, "Watch me."
I like him. He's ready to go out.
Well, thank you guys so much for playing this fun little game with me, getting to show off some characters and also some knowledge. And then for people who are watching this, when can they check out Creators in Fashion?
That will be on October 9th at it's
7 p.m. Central Time, I believe, right?
7 p.m. Central. And the time conversion of that is 8 p.m. Pacific.
I will, put it up on the...
Yes, please. I love time conversions. You can watch it on Style Theory October 9th at 7 p.m. Central Time.
All right.
Where we will be live from Vid Summit.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much. This was an absolute blast.